Before we get into your reading, I'd like to start by thanking everyone who has liked and commented on the videos, as well as subscribed and donated to my channel. I really appreciate it, you guys. And if you'd like to book a personal reading with me, you can find all of my contact information, including my email and social media links, as well as links to my music and podcast in the description below this video. Okay, let's get into your reading. What do we have for Gemini? Six of Wands, Leo energy at the foundation. Gemini, when I was doing the pre-shuffle, I saw 3 of the 4 queens. I also saw the 2 of Wands in reverse, which is an energy of fear. And now we have the 6 of Wands. So I'm getting this overwhelming energy from all of you, emphasizing overcoming something that is trying to stand in your way. It's an energy of really taking control, not allowing anybody to put you in this place of fear and cause you to destroy your plans regarding whatever this is here that you're moving towards. This particular energy that you're moving towards has something to do with your stability, the foundation of your life. So it's incredibly important. This could be related to living situations. It could be career related. It could be moving away from particular relationships or going towards particular relationships. Whatever it is, it has a huge influence on your life. But the message here for you, Gemini, is to keep pushing forward, to really man up, male or female, and don't allow anybody to manipulate you and make you feel like you can't do this, whatever this is representing to you. What do we have at the sacral? 5 of Cups, Scorpio energy at the sacral, and this goes along perfectly with what we're picking up here. This is an energy of loss. It's also an energy of living in the past. I feel that for some of you, this is going to be family related. People that don't want you to move forward, people that don't want you to grow, develop, something like this. It's like they want you stuck in the past. They want you stuck with them. It's so interesting. I was picking up on this energy earlier today. People who would rather see you in a state of sadness all the time because they're disappointed with their own life and how it's turned out. So rather than do the work and start bettering their situations, however this shows up for you, they would rather project this energy onto somebody else as a way to divert attention away from them. You know, from my own personal experience, when people do this, it's because they're looking for a scapegoat. So say you have a mother who is somebody who's always been in a state of sadness and just grief and loss. Maybe your parents divorced when you were younger. It doesn't have to be your parents. This could really be anyone. This is just for example. But say this mother has never, ever moved on. And now she's just projecting that sadness onto her children, causing her children to now be surrounded by this particular energy that this mother has projected onto them. What this mother is setting these children up for is to be scapegoated by her. These children now become the focus of this mother's negative projections. Well, I have never been able to move on because of my child. Something like this, right? So this particular mother has set these children up for failure by being the subject of her grief and sadness. And I can speak on this energy because this is what my own mother did to me and my sister. Still does it to my sister. I became very aware of what was taking place when I was starting to wake up spiritually, and I was trying to help my mother overcome sadness and grief, but she just couldn't get away from it. And I started to realize that it was something that she actually enjoyed. It made her feel like she was succeeding at something. And that sounds wild, right? Succeeding at being perpetually sad, in a state of grief. Because you have to understand, people who do this are seeking attention from others. This is what they use. It's a tactic they use to be able to gain pity and sympathy from other people who are unknowingly unaware of what this individual is doing. This is also a form of possession. Now, this goes very deep, but simply put, these individuals will be put in your path, Gemini, to hold you back from where you are supposed to be going to, your path, your destiny. This is the same energy that I'm picking up here for you, Gemini, whoever this is to you. Now, again, it doesn't have to be a mother. It doesn't even have to be a parent. It could be anybody, okay? I've seen this and dealt with this with childhood friends as well that I had to let go of. People that have never developed or grown. They're still stuck. People who have never left the nest, these kinds of people. So rather than do the work and start progressing in their life, they would rather pull other people into their web. It's a sickness. It's a mental illness in some capacity. And make no mistake, this is sociopathic in nature. They use the tactic of feeling sorry for them to keep you stuck. What do we have at the solar plexus, please? Page of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy at the solar plexus. Wow, this goes along perfectly with everything I'm saying. This is them, right? Right at the solar plexus position, which represents you stepping into your power, very confident energy, overcoming this energy of feeling powerless to this person's tactics. It's like they're trying to get in your way, not allow you to self-empower, push forward and build a better life for yourself, however this shows up for you. So they'll use these tactics, right? Page of Swords energy. It's also an energy of gossip, bad news. It's an energy of people who are always talking about what they're going to do but never do it. And this is what all these individuals do. They're all talk, no action. And they do it on purpose. It's a way to slow you down, Gemini. See, this was all meant to happen exactly like this. These people had to be in your life, whether they're your family members, friends, coworkers, whoever it is for you, so you could self-empower, so you could actually see how capable you are of building a life of happiness and abundance. A life where you're fulfilling all your true heart's desires. Sometimes we have to see the polar opposite to actually go for our dreams. And again, I know this energy very well. I was always made to feel like I was a failure, that I'll never succeed, that I just wasn't good at anything, which I always knew wasn't true. I knew that I had many skills, many gifts, many talents. And no matter how many of these talents you have that these individuals see, they'll always use tactics to diminish you. They'll always remind you that somebody is better than you. And not in a way where it's to humble you. It's used as a tactic, well, it's used to destroy you. Those are gifts and abilities that the divine has given you to navigate this particular life cycle, and they want to disarm you. All these people know how talented you are, but it actually makes them feel more powerful. It makes them feel like they have a purpose if they can stop you from fulfilling your destiny. And just hearing myself say that is mind-blowing. Because how could people be so wicked, right? But unfortunately, Gemini, this is the path of a chosen one or a light worker. somebody who's here to do great things, you're going to meet opposition. It's just the way it is. It actually allows you to see just how powerful you are and what you're truly capable of. So these individuals are essentially being used by the universe to wake you up to your gifts, your abilities, who you are. So Gemini, the more knocked down you feel, the lower you feel in your life, the more void of purpose you feel, Gemini, you have to believe me when I say this, the better. Because that means it's the opposite of all those things. That your purpose is great. That you're destined for something far greater than you can possibly ever begin to imagine. And all of those true heart's desires, that burning that you feel inside of you to go towards something, are true. So it's very important, Gemini, you overcome these tactics that they're using against you. Because where we're at now inside the collective, there's a wave of Geminis that are waking up to the truth. You're going to overcome this now. You're about to graduate on from this cycle. And make no mistake, Gemini, the universe used you as a way to mark these individuals. They're now being solidified. They are the enemy. They are the haters. They are agents of the devil. They are the resistance in your life. So by them waking you up, you're positioned to step into your power, which causes the scales to tip, and they are then marked by the universe. What do we have at the heart? Wow. Magician, Gemini, Virgo energy at the heart. We couldn't have got a better card, Gemini, to follow up everything I just said. Here you are, fully in your power, realizing that those true heart's desires are within arm's reach. All you had to do was self-empower, and then you have access to this energy. This is you turning all your visions into reality and realizing your potential, realizing that your purpose is your truth, that it's not just some silly dream. There's a reason why you have that pull inside of you, Gemini, towards whatever this is here. It's very important you stay very focused right now. Understand how these energies are working in your life. There's no point facing off with these energies. Your best bet is just to distance yourself as quickly as possible. They're all distractions. They want you to react. They want you to re-enter the same karmic cycle, and the way you do that, Gemini, is by responding to these tactics. The knowing of what's taking place and what's been taking place is everything that you needed to push forward in power. You must release these energies to the universe, forgive without FaceTime, understand that the universe used them as pawns in your life to wake you up. Understand a little better that the universe has a grand design by which it must function in your life. It makes it a lot easier, Gemini, to release any sort of sadness or resentment that you may have towards these energies. You just start to understand, well, they were used as a tool, a mechanism in my life to wake me up to who I am, where I'm supposed to be going, however this shows up for you. This is a very powerful position to be in, Gemini. This is a very spiritually awakened, mature energy that I'm picking up here. Don't get in your own way. Don't self-sabotage. Don't react. Move in a very deliberate and stoic manner. Do not hesitate right now, Gemini. You know where you're supposed to be going. Eyes on the prize, Gemini. What do we have at the throat? Okay, we're going to take both these. Six of Swords at the throat, Aquarius energy. Knight of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sag energy at the third eye. Goes along perfectly with everything I just said, Gemini. Eyes on the prize. Move in a very deliberate fashion. It's all about confidence. Confidence in the knowing of where you're supposed to be going. Confidence in the knowing of where you're supposed to be going. I like that. Gemini, this is your rite of passage. This is you getting on path. This is an energy of moving forward beyond these circumstances with these individuals, beyond this pain. For some of you, this is relocating, moving, travel, something like this. You know, and though I am speaking about being in this energy of purpose, and it sounds like a very big idea, and some of you could literally just be moving house away from these energies, right? You have to understand that that in and of itself, if it's moving away from these energies of resistance, these energies of darkness, you're stepping back onto your intended path. So you simply moving somewhere is so much bigger than you can possibly even imagine, because it's realigning you with your intended destination. It's positioning you. We all have this allocated position that we're meant to be functioning inside of in this universe. I always talk about this. For some, it's energetically, vibrationally. For some, it's literally geographically. It's going to be different for everybody, but it's just really a bigger way of thinking about you functioning inside of your purpose. There's all of these pieces that have to fall into place for you to be able to move into this energy. But whatever this is for you, Gemini, the first step is moving away from these energies. Okay? 2 sixes, 6 of Wands, 6 of Swords. Victory in movement. Knight of Wands is also an energy of travel, movement, but it's done in confidence. There's action behind it, and it can't be stopped. What do we have at the crown? Boom. The Emperor, Aries energy at the crown. This is the energy of a Kundalini awakening. This is also somebody who has great spiritual aptitude. You understand, Gemini, how the energies are working in your life. You're self-empowering, regaining stability in your life by overcoming this cycle, taking victory over these challenging karmic patterns that you had to exist in with these individuals. There's also a lot of good fortune attached to this, Gemini. The Emperor is also an energy of somebody who gains some sort of status. It could be a worldly status. It could just be some sort of status in your field, whatever it is you do. But again, it's an energy of you aligning, getting back on path, so you have access to this energy. What do we have at the foundation from the Occult Tarot, please? Let's see what demons are trying to keep my Gemini's root chakra blocked. Unbelievable. 5 of Cups, Scorpio energy again. Gemini, I read these next few cards as negative polarities because these are the demons in your life. This is the energy behind the scenes. The manipulation, the gaslighting, the sociopathic tactics that they use against you. This is what all of this represents. Further confirming what we already picked up here with this 5 of Cups at the sacral. They want you stuck in this sadness. They want you to feel what they feel, Gemini. They want you to feel the pain that they feel. And then once they get you in that position, Gemini, they're going to blame all that pain on you. Because once you start to encompass that energy that they're projecting onto you, they're going to use you as the scapegoat and say, you're the reason that they are sad, that they have this grief, that they are depressed. Gemini, you need to get away from this energy as soon as you possibly can. I just heard for some of you, this is an alcoholic parent that you need to get away from. Somebody who wants to pull you, I just heard, into their lake of misery. I'm just seeing somebody trying to crawl out of a lake and they keep slipping. It's almost like it's quicksand. This person's very manipulative. It's very hard to get away from this person. Any ties that you have with this person, Gemini, whether it be financial, living situations, whatever it is, career for some of you, you need to cut your losses and get moving here. Because there'll never be a right time. And what I mean by that is sometimes you'll be in these situations and you're trying to think about how to get out of them by suffering as few losses as possible. But the situation here, Gemini, is going to progressively get worse. It's going to become harder to get away from this energy, especially when this energy senses that you are creating some sort of escape plan. Oh, and they know, Gemini, they know, they can feel it. They can feel these narcissistic cords of attachment that they use to suck back your high vibrational energy to feed their narcissistic demon, right? They take that peg and they shove that in your heart chakra, right? Maybe even your sacral. They start to suck back all your high vibrational energy through these snakes right here. This person could be a smoker, but they kind of look like they've been drinking too much, right? This person could have a hairy chest, male or female. Wispy mustache, again, male or female. This person, to me, this person almost feels unkempt, but it's spiritually speaking, that's kind of interesting. Oh, okay. So on the surface, they hide this. They have a way of hiding it. It's like other people can't see it. Something like this. 2 5s, 2 6s. 6s emphasizing victory and movement. The 5s emphasizing you needing to move away from this individuals, whoever this is to you, Gemini. What do we have at the sacral? What do we got? Temperance, Crocell, Sag energy at the sacral. And this is them. Feeling it in the energy. Feeling you pull away from them, Gemini. Trying to create some sort of chaos or disruptive energy so you can't get away from them, so you can't escape their grasp, right? They're already starting to feel drained out. They're already starting to feel a sense of hunger just with the mere thought of you getting away from them, Gemini. Maybe you're talking about your future, some sort of long-term vision you have for yourself. Maybe they're acting like they support you. But behind the scenes, Gemini, you couldn't possibly begin to imagine what this person's employing to stop you dead in your tracks. I just heard they would rather see you dead than get away from them. See, Gemini, you have to understand that by you escaping this energy's grasp is them having to look in the mirror at themselves. It's them being forced to self-examine. Although at this point, Gemini, it won't make any difference. This person's too far gone. It's out of your control. Only God can help this person now, Gemini. But they have so much karmic debt they have to pay back for what they've done to you and probably many other people, that it will be lifetimes of repeating the same karmic patterns before they actually wake up to this. What do we have at the solar plexus, please? Page of Cups, right underneath that Page of Swords, Stolas. And here they are, having to self-examine, having to look in the mirror, right? They're just a baby owl with a crown on. Being faced with themselves, this very immature energy, somebody who pretends like something they are not as a means to keep you stuck in their web of narcissism. They see you moving away from them, no longer indulging in these daydreams. The woulda, couldas, and shouldas. All the undelivered promises. The all talk, no action. This is what this energy represents. Page of Cups stacked with Page of Swords at the solar plexus. These are these tactics that they used to stop you from self-empowering. This is the energy that caused you to feel powerless for a time. And inferior to them. The lies. The gaslighting. The daydreams. It took a while to see through all this, Gemini, but I feel as though you just started to get to a point where you weren't seeing any growth in whatever this represents to you. All of your development was seemingly met with some sort of resistance, some sort of battle. It's an energy of taking one step forward, 10 steps back. You just started to realize that it was the energies you had around you that were always dragging you back down into that quicksand. Every time you looked like you were about to have some sort of level up. In the 11th hour, right before you have victories in your life, Gemini, however this shows up for you, you're met with some sort of failure, some sort of letdown. Boy, do I know this energy so well. Thankfully, when I think about this energy now, when it comes up in readings, it's in my past. It seems like a bad dream. Because I remember being inside that energy and it just never seemed like I would ever be able to escape from it. I just felt like it was a part of my life path. And it was for a time. But now that I'm on the other side of it, I can advocate for the fact, Gemini, that you can most certainly get away from this energy. I promise you that. You just need to see your own worth, step into your power, and rid yourself of these energies. Get them out of your auric field. Simply put, Gemini, get these energies out of your life. What do we have at the heart? There it is. Phoenix. Fraud and misrepresentation, which is the Queen of Cups in reverse. And whenever I get this card, it looks like a peacock on crack, right? Or a drunk peacock, which is what I was picking up from this person. For a lot of you, these people have some sort of codependency, some sort of addictions. These are very emotionally insecure individuals who use some sort of coping mechanism as a means to escape having to self-examine. And that's the energy they wanted to keep you in, Gemini. Oh, yes. They had a spot all prepared for you. They had a nice little spot. They had a nice little life all picked out just for you, Gemini. For some of you, this is a person that you got romantically involved in only to realize that they're this kind of person. That everything that they presented to you was all an illusion. As soon as they got you in their web, then you started to see the real person. Some of you became very invested in building a life with this individual, whether it's purchasing homes, cars, kids. There's just so many different scenarios that there could possibly be here, so take it as it fits. But it's like they got you in a position to where it was going to be very difficult for you to get away from them once you saw the truth around who they really are. You know, in saying that, it seems like it would just be so much less work to take some time out and self-examine, do the work, heal yourself, right? Than going out and pulling other people into this web. But that's just it, Gemini. That's the difference between us and them. These are agents of the dark. They don't care. These are miserable individuals who like being in that energy. They like it. And then we have Aniel, breaking the circle, 2 of Swords, Libra energy. And here you are, carving yourself out of that karmic cycle. No longer compromising with demons, and no longer confused on your path. No longer feeling indecisive. Cutting your losses. Seeing the truth, self-empowering, and moving forward. For some of you, most of you, this is a difficult decision to make because of how invested you are, whether it's materially or emotionally. But Gemini, you have to understand this is how the devil works. The devil will employ every tactic possible to keep you stuck, Gemini. Oh, yes, he will. Especially people who have some sort of purpose within them. Oh, the devil wants to completely extinguish that energy inside of you. The dark sees that as a sickness. The sickness of the light. They must put it out by any means necessary. Purpose? Oh, that's disgusting. We must destroy it. We must destroy the hope inside that individual. You see, Gemini, hope is all you need. Hope is the most powerful thing in the universe. It births life. So they're going to do anything they can to take that hope away from you. But Gemini, it's all you need to self-empower and get back on your path. So don't forget that. As long as you hold that hope inside of you, Gemini, that connection between you, God, the divine, and source energy can never be broken. It's a tether that keeps you connected at all times. You're down here on a mission. We all are. The dark wants to break that tether, break that connection. Replace it with these narcissistic cords of attachment so they can feed off of it. Feed off of your sorrow, your misery, your yearning for the light. Feed off of your purpose. And the fact that they were able to sacrifice it. What do we have at the throat? Too many cards. What do we got? 9 of Swords. Gemini, that's your energy right there at the throat. Hariel, the comforting God. Purification, protection from the impious religious sentiments. And here's your spirit guides protecting you, swatting this little demon cherub off of your back, right? They don't even know what they do. They're blindfolded, and here you are. You're just trying to self-empower and move forward. And here they are, trying to reconnect their narcissistic cords of attachment to you. But because you have this tether to the divine can come through and protect you. You just had to recognize your own power, Gemini, and start the process in moving away from this energy, 6 of Swords, at the throat. Start carving out a new path. Move on from this energy. Forgive it, right? Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. Most of them don't. They're just programmed this way. It's a form of possession. You're about to have a whole new start, Gemini, because you're remembering who you are and what you came here to do, and just how special you truly are in the eyes of the divine. What do we have at the third eye, please? I knew this card was going to come out. The devil, Samael, right there at the third eye. And I love the devil in this deck because it's the devil shuffling off out of your life. Look at him. He's like, oh, crap. Geminis recognize me now in their life. They see who I am. They see that I've been working through all these individuals in their life. This is that energy of possession. The devil showing up in people around you, family members, friends, coworkers, romantic partners, however it shows up for you. It's the spirit of the devil working through these people to keep you out of this energy of purpose. Capricorn energy. Samael. The severity of God. Seduction and downfall. Communicates with the dead. Teaches the occult and magic. This is you recovering from these forms of deep mental abuse and gaslighting, narcissism, this psychopathic kind of energy that you're leaving behind. What do we have the crown to close this out for Gemini? 10 of Wands, Sag energy at the crown to close out the reading. Nana L, God humiliating the proud. Spiritual communication influences religious men, teachers, and men of law. This is an energy of freedom. You finally saying no and moving on, Gemini. Letting go of all the burdens that came with these cycles, these people, these family members, these lovers, these friends, these coworkers, whoever it is to you. They tried to put too much on your shoulders, and you finally just broke, Gemini. Or you're about to. They did too much. They showed their hand. You see them now for who they truly are. The divine is enlightening you and showing you what's been taking place here. Your true path is being illuminated. Gemini, this is the energy that's available to you, depending on where you are on this timeline, should you choose to accept. I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. If you would like a personal reading, all that information can be found in the description below. And thank you for your donations, Gemini. Take care.